welcome everyone. My name is Amy and I was jumping on my mat this morning and I just decided maybe I should film it and offer it up since so many of us are stuck home and not kind of in our normal routines. I also wanted to do this practice without any props. So, most likely you don't have yoga blocks at your house. So today we are going to do a prop-free practice, and I hope that you can see me. I'll try to vocalize because the sun is really just glorious this morning, and might be blocking this video from being, nice and clear. So we're just going to start in a seated position, and to get in that really comfy seat, you may want to lift your hips up onto something like a blanket. But for today, we're not going to be seated here long. I'm just going to use no props today. Let the eyes close and soften into the breath, soften into the seat of the heart. Taking some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Just simply arriving here, waking up, enjoying this breath, this motion in the body. And then just to slowly begin, we'll take our right ear to right shoulder. Breathing. Inhaling back up through center, reaching the crown up. And then exhaling left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, the crown reaches towards the ceiling, shoulders come with it, and then kind of give them a little roll. Whatever feels really good for you, maybe alternating the shoulders, rolling them, really big circles, maybe smaller circles feel good. So do what's right in your body, what feels good for you in the shoulder area. Completing here and then dropping the hands right down by the sides. Inhaling up the right arm. Reaching it towards the left wall. Sitting bones stay anchored to the earth. On an inhale, can you look up at the elbow and kind of open more towards the sky above? Your next exhale, release back down through center. Inhale the left arm up and over, reach it to the right wall. Exhale. And then on your next inhale, spiral the chest open. Look up at the elbow. And exhale, let it go. Let's just do one breath to each side. Start moving with the breath. Inhaling, right arm up and over. Exhaling down. Inhaling, left arm up and over. Sitting bones stay anchored. Exhale down. Beautiful. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Reaching. Exhale, bring the arms out to a T. Reach them to the sides of your room. Inhale, press the hands backwards to open the chest. And exhale, round the spine forward. Hands come together in front. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come out to a T. Inhale, press the hands back. Open that chest, shine that heart. And exhale, round forward, palms come together. One more time, just like that. Inhale the arms up. Exhale out to a T. Inhale Inhale, reach the backs of the hands towards the room behind you. And exhale, round forward. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale the hands down to heart center. This is the moment where you can set an intention for your practice. You can come up with your mantra for the day, a word, a thought, an inspiration, just to remind yourself during moments of struggle, during moments of difficulty, just to remember your practice, your breath, that you are more than any situation. So breathe that in, breathe that wisdom in. And then when you're ready, we'll bring our hands down to our knees and open the eyes. Let's get started here. Let's take the arms behind us and start to lift the feet up. So, boat pose. You can be at any level with this. So, for typical boat pose, we're balancing. We're balancing with our arms and our feet up. But let's first start with our hands as a helper, just to wake up and start waking up the body. So here you can draw one knee in, and you can alternate if that's where your level is. If you can lift both, great. Really pull in the belly here. Core, core, core. Turn it on. Feel the fire. If you feel that you can lift an arm, maybe lift both arms. Chest lifts here. Feel free. Explore here. Try it out. Yoga can be playful. It doesn't have to be all serious. Good. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring the feet down and just kind of round over the thighs, the knees for a moment. Giving the belly a little rest. And then flipping over and coming onto all fours. So the knees are right under the hips. The hands are right under the shoulders. Your fingers are making the number 11 in front of you. Toes are tucked under as we inhale and we lift the chest and we lift the tail for cow pose. Feel the stretch of the belly here. And then as we exhale, untuck the toes, press the hands into the earth and round the spine. Scoop out the belly, look between the thighs. Inhale, start to drop the belly towards the earth, tuck the toes under and lift the head and the tail. Exhale, untuck the toes around the spine. Press through those hands. One more time. Inhale, lift, tuck those toes. And exhale, sit back on the heels for child's pose. So reach the arms long in front of you. And bring the fingertips up on their tents. Or I should say, bring the fingers to a tented position. That makes a little more sense. And let the head and the chest kind of drape more towards the earth. We're kind of opening the chest here, moving through that front body. With your next inhale, bring your hands back down, press into the hands, and come up to that tabletop. And we're going to bring the right foot forward and start to come up. So you can bring your hands up onto your thigh to kind of assist you in coming up. Just check in, making sure the front knee isn't really past the ankle here. We want to be nice and stacked. Okay? As we inhale, we're going to bring the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to start to straighten that right leg, that front leg, and bring the hands closer to the earth. The front foot can flex here. Good. Inhale, step back on the foot, reach the arms up. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Toes flex. Inhale, step on the front foot. Come up to your lunge. And just pausing here, making sure your tailbone is reaching towards the earth. Interlace the hands, letting the index finger float towards the ceiling, and kind of wiggle up out of the ribs on the inhale. On the exhale, move over to the right side. This may play with your balance a little bit. That's okay. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the left. Good. Inhale back through center. And exhale the hands down, bringing the right foot back behind you. Good. Let's transition and bring the left foot forward. Same thing on that side. Find your footing. Use your thigh to help you get up. Inhale, the arms come up. Tailbone lengthens towards the earth. Belly is in. Exhale, start to straighten that front leg as your hands come down to the earth. Your left foot can flex. You might need to adjust a little bit just on the first round. Inhale, step back onto the foot. Lift, float the arms up. Exhale, lower down, straighten that front leg, flex the foot. Good, step into that foot, reach up. Pause here for a moment. Interlace the hands, float the index finger high. Wiggle up out of the ribs. Exhale over to the right. Inhale up high. Wiggle, wiggle, and exhale over to the left. Inhale back through center. And then exhale, drop the hands and float the foot behind. Good. This time bring the hands down, tuck those toes under. And on your next exhale, press the knees and the hips away from the floor. Downward facing dog. So knees can still be bent here, reaching those sitting bones to the wall behind you. As you straighten your legs, bringing the heels closer to the floor. If your back starts to round, all you need to do to fix that is bend the knees, lengthen the spine. Good. Take a couple petals here. Really feel what your body feels like. You know, to be upside down for the first time today. And with your next exhale, start to walk the feet towards the hands, the top of your mat. Forward fold, let the head go. Shake it yes, shake it no. Bend the knees as much as you need here. Your belly should be on your thighs. That's how much we're deepening the bend in the knees. Let it go. Inhale, hands come to the shins, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Hinge at the hips. Exhale, hands come to heart. Come back to that intention. Come back to that breath. And let the hands drop by your side. Finding our strong mountain pose. Notice that the feet are parallel to each other, right underneath the hips. Just going to lift the toes and feel all four corners of the feet rooting down into the earth. And then drop the toes, so you have that nice, secure foundation. Start to power the legs up, feeling the energy, feeling as though the kneecaps are almost lifting, hugging the bones of the thighs. Tailbone lengthens towards the earth, which kind of zippers up the belly. Low ribs and hips are closer together. And then take an inhale, bring the shoulders forward and up. Exhale them back and down. Palms will face the front of the room. Chin is right over the neck, We're not jutting it out or tucking it back. It's right in alignment. Crown reaches to the ceiling. On your next inhale, your left leg takes a big step back to finding our high lunge. So arms come up overhead. Good. Let's bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, release the index finger, and wiggle up out of the rim. Exhale over to the right. See how this feels in your body as opposed to your knee being on the ground. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, let the fingers go. Exhale forward. So bringing the arms forward and kind of falling over the thigh. Inhale back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale up, press through that front leg to get up. Exhale down. Inhale up. This time as we exhale, we're moving into warrior two. So opening up the arms to the sides of the rooms. As we do this, our hip is going to want to open and our heel is going to spiral down to the floor. So our hips are now open to the side of the room. Our hands are tracking, looking right over that middle finger. Shoulders release down. Front thigh is externally rotating. So a big, a common misalignment here is that your knee will fold in. So just watch that, look for that. Make sure your knee is tracking over your second toe. Good, feel strong here. Good. As we inhale, drop the back arm to the back thigh. Flip the front palm and straighten that front leg and reach back. Reach as if you're trying to screw on a light bulb. Really feel the length in the side body. Exhale, bend that front knee. Right forearm to right thigh. Reach the left arm up. Extended side angle. Breathe here for a moment. Maybe it feels nice to take that left arm and bring it behind the back, kind of wrapping the right hip if you can, spiraling that chest towards the ceiling. Take some nice, deep, smooth breaths here. Next inhale, release the arm if it's bound. And then rotate your torso towards the floor, bringing the hands down, spiraling onto the ball of your back foot, and then taking that right foot back behind you, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank pose. Just pause here in plank pose. Heels reaching to the back of the room, belly lifting up, thighs squeezing together and rotating inward. Feel the whole body working here. Breathe. Exhale back, downward facing dog. With your next exhale, start to walk your feet towards your hands and let it go. You might feel like you need a little less bend in the knees now as you're kind of working through this, giving a little bit more lubrication to the joints and wakening up the muscles. Inhale, hands to shin, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart. As you pause here, as you feel the body warming up, as you feel the body more alive, come back to that intention, come back to that breath. Build your mountain pose. Press those feet into the earth. With your next inhale, take the right leg back, high lunge. Find your footing, find your balance, then arrive. Interlace the hands together, float the index finger high, wiggle, wiggle up out of the ribs. Exhale over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, release the fingers. Exhale, come forward. Hands come forward over your thigh. Inhale back up. Exhale forward. Good. Inhale up. Woo. Off balance on this side. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Beautiful. This time coming into our warrior two. So that back heel spirals down to the floor as you open up the arms. Your hips open. Feel that opening in the hips. Good. Remember your knee tracking over your second and middle toe. Shoulders come down. Feel really strong and fierce here. Good. Drop that back arm down onto your back thigh. Flip the front palm, and on an inhale, start to straighten that left leg as you float your arm up and away. Exhale, start to bend the front leg. Left forearm comes onto the left thigh and reach the right arm up. Extended side angle. If it feels okay, you can drop that right arm down behind the low back, maybe hugging that left hip in a half bind, spiraling the chest upwards, and just breathing. When you feel ready, you can begin to float that half bind up if it's there. Exhale. Right arm comes down to the mat. Come up on the ball of the back toe and step that foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Feel strong here. You're almost through. Exhale, knees down. Sit back on the heels, child's pose. Reach those arms long in front of you. With your next inhale, float yourself up to tabletop. Tuck the toes back under, and then just walk your hands back towards your thighs to come up for a little toe stretch here. So make sure all the toes are pointing forward. For some, this can be really intense. For others, not so much, but it's really important that we care for our feet, stretch our feet out. Breathing through it. Just a brief pause here. And then coming back to lie on our backs. So get there any way that feels good for you. If you'd like to have a little bit more ab work in here, you can come into boat and then slowly work your way down. Or you can have your hands in back of you, come onto the forearms, and then onto your back. So the best way for you to come down to your mat. Tucking the shoulder blades under, lengthening the tailbone towards the feet. Knees are bent. Inhale, press in to your feet and lift your hips up. Bridge pose. If you'd like, you can take it a step further and interlace the hands, kind of scooching those shoulder blades even more underneath. Making sure your feet stay parallel here. Knees are on track. Chin isn't compressed into the chest. Nice and away from there, lifting away. Good. Exhale, release the hands, roll the back body down. This time, as we inhale up to bridge pose, we're going to reach the arms up and overhead. So inhale, lift the hips and reach the arms up, over the head. Exhale down. 2 more just like that. Inhale up, reach the hands up. Exhale down. Last time. Inhale up. Beautiful. Bring the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Maybe rock back and forth slightly. Good. Place the feet onto the floor. And just take the right ankle to the left knee here. So this could be as far as you go for this stretch today. Maybe you feel like taking your right hand to the inner right thigh and just kind of assisting in an external rotation. Maybe that feels nice to you. Or maybe you need a little bit more, so you lift the left foot off the ground and take your hands around the back of the left thigh. And you bring your leg a little bit closer to you. Sometimes rocking back and forth in this position kind of helps to open a little bit more. So just play with it, breathe with it, enjoy it. And then slowly releasing that foot down to the floor if it's lifted, and then uncross the leg. Bringing the left knee in and then crossing it over. Same thing on this side. Maybe this is enough for you. Maybe taking the left hand into the kind of left hip crease and externally rotating it feels good. Or maybe you need a little bit more, so you bring that right leg towards you and interlace your hands behind it. Breathe into the stretch, maybe rock side to side. And notice if your jaw is clenching up here. When you feel complete, release that foot down, uncross the foot, and feel free to take any other postures that your body might be craving before Shavasana. If you're ready for Shavasana, just simply tuck the shoulder blades under, give yourself a nice flat surface to just relax on. Palms face up generally, but if you feel more comfortable or more comforted with your hands on your body somewhere, maybe on your belly and your heart, then feel free to put them there. Traditionally, legs are extended out, letting the feet kind of splay how they will. Tailbone reaches down towards the heels. And you simply just allow for stillness. Allow for the softening of your entire being. Letting yourself just be still. Just be with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Stay here as long as you need to be nourished.